Adventureland Campground, which is right next to Adventureland Park here in Altoona, Iowa. We have campsite 50, and as you can see, it is long enough for the RV, the tow dolly to stay hooked up, and our car parked in front of it. All of our connections are very close together and very convenient.
So, quick highlight. I bought water pressure gauge so I can see how much pressure we actually have. I always use a pressure regulator, but now I can see how much pressure is actually on the park itself. This park is an older one, and we have been having power problems during the hot days here in June. The power watchdog gets tripped a couple times because of low voltage, and what happens is we've got two large fifth wheels beside us running 3 air conditioners each. Back to Debbie.
The Adventureland Campground has around 300 sites, and we've talked to a few of the campers here, and it seems like quite a few people are here for the work camping. They work at the amusement park that's right next door. They get a free campsite and also an hourly wage. There's even a loop here that is geared specifically for vans or a small schoolie. They do have a dog run that's divided into 2 sections. One section is for smaller dogs, 30 pounds or less. The other one is for all dogs, so small dogs and large dogs can play together if they'd like. There are about 3 or 4 bathhouses throughout the park. Behind each bathhouse are laundry facilities. They come with 3 washing machines and either 3 or 4 dryers depending. And they offer a pool with plenty of area for people to just sunbathe. They also have this great community building so campers can hang out together. There is a game room inside. There's also a laundry room inside of here, as well as some restrooms, and it is the way that you get into the pool. A few campsites are actually lucky enough to be right next to the pond, so they get a nice water view.
Debbie's chasing more geese.
What's a Shelly's Nest video without pictures of Canadian geese?
One of the things that really caught my eye in the Iowa State Capitol is they had a cornerstone that was the name of the state. This is the only capital that we found in our research that has 5 domes on it.
The big dome in the middle is gold, and it is actually pure 23 karat gold. It comes in sheets that are so thin that if you put all 250,000 sheets together, it's only an inch thick. They're so extra.
When you go inside, you'll start seeing how much extra they are. First thing you notice when you get inside and start your tour is they have a very grand staircase. They made a big deal about the statues at the bottom, and one of the pictures on the left-hand side, you can see it. Those statues were actually destined for a different state capital, but they were a little bit too risque. So they accepted them for their state capitol building.
Iowa says, we'll take them.
Yes. As you go at the first set of flights and then turn around, no one else noticed this, but there's a picture on the left-hand side that I swear looked like a big pile of macaroni and cheese. But everybody else said no, it was a pile of corn.
Iowa grows corn. They don't grow macaroni and cheese.
Whatever.
And the picture that you can see of the arched paintings where I'm standing next to one of them, those are not actually paintings.
Those are glass mosaics.
Yes.
Made in Italy. And of course, the obligatory Senate chambers and House of Representative chambers. The library. Oh my goodness. When you first walk into this library, it is so extra. Continuing what we started earlier.
You know, I read that the reason it's so large is they have every ruling from every state and the District of Columbia in this library. Isn't that crazy?
All right, now for the exciting part. Going up to the dome.
And look at these steps. Don't they look so much wider and better than the one that we did in Kansas?
The great view was when you got to the very top. For a look out over the inner dome. See all the way down to the bottom. If you look closely, you could see the shiny floor. That's actually glass. Breaks the ground floor from the first floor, letting light down.
It's so cool to be able to see that from so high. All right, guys, I told you to keep your eyes open. Here's another Statue of Liberty donated by the Boy Scouts of America.
Around 200 of them were made.
Yes.
But over the years, something's happened to the statues where there's only 100 that are still tracked right now. And here's the second one that we've come across.
One of the things that we like to do when we are in a place is go walking, and we found Iowa Women of Achievement Bridge, and we were told that a section of it was going to have a glass floor so we could look at the river below.
But undoubtedly something happened to it. So they had removed the glass floor and replaced it with a metal grating.
Yeah.
So we were disappointed.
It was still a pretty walk. Whenever we go anywhere, we try to find out what's going on in the area. And in this case, there was a play, so we thought, why not? We like live plays. And whether you can tell or not, we actually did get dressed up just a little bit instead of wearing t-shirts and shorts. The play was called Calendar Girls, and it was about a woman whose husband passed away of cancer. Once her husband passed away, she wanted to raise money to put a new bench into the hospital. She wanted to come up with a nude calendar.
Tastefully nude.
And it was so fun to watch how they did this in the play. It was fun to watch and fun to hear the audience roar in laughter.
Well, that was our stay in the Adventureland Campground and state capitol.
Yep, we stayed in Adventureland Campground, and we never went to Adventureland.
We could hear the rides running during the middle of the day, but it shut down at the night.
Yeah, DeWitt used to work for an amusement park. He's kind of amusement parked out. But that's okay. We walked around and still met lots of interesting people and got to see all kinds of different rigs, and that's always fun.
Do you remember how many campsites this place had?
I think it was around 300. I can't remember if it was a little before or a little over, but around 300.
Well, that's all for now.
But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Until later.